Yo, what's up everybody? Today we're going to be doing some more of the Tokihogushi playthrough. Now, I have a big question of what the fuck is going to happen? Like, seriously, I mean, Tomoe is no longer allowed to investigate on the case, even though, you know, she's genuinely realised some of the worst things she could possibly realise, aka, you know, what actually happened, the genuine truth of what happened with, what's her name, Nagisa. Yeah, I really wonder what's actually going to happen, so, yeah, I'm really quite excited for today. Yeah, this is going to be the final day. I'm really interested in, firstly, how Tomoe is actually going to, you know, cope. Is she actually going to, I don't know, just return to the case, you know, forget about all of her rules and, you know, things that she should be doing in terms of her job, which, I'm going to be honest, I kind of get the impression that's going to happen. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else could happen. Right, this is going to be so interesting, though. So, oh, God. Yeah, that is understandable. She wasn't sure how much she drank or which shops she stopped at before she made it here. By the time she came to her senses, Tomoe was sitting on a park bench. Jesus Christ, she's drunk a lot. If she's drunk so much that she can't even, like, comprehend what's happening around her, fucking hell. I mean, I don't blame her, but at the same time, that is not a very good way to cope with things. A cough of exasperation. The surrounding area was completely dark and there were no indications of other people nearby. Yeah. When she raised her head to take a look around, her line of sight sickeningly... Oh, God, yeah. I mean, I've never become drunk personally, but I can imagine that. Yeah, sickeningly swayed in her drunken stupor. Well, let's hope that's not the cue for the mountain dogs. I'll be completely helpless if somebody attacked me now. She bitterly smiled to herself while trying to suppress the urge to vomit. My God. Fucking hell. Jesus, she's drank a lot. No matter how many times she thought about planting her feet and standing up, she couldn't put the strength into her legs. That would not be a very good news headline. Female Chief Inspector, the hope of the National Police Agency, attacked and killed by a thug while drunk. Yeah, totally uncool. But if she actually did get stabbed and fell down in a bloody mess, it probably wouldn't end up so easily. Oh my God, no. Well, let's just hope that doesn't happen. God. She resisted with all of her might, trying to subdue the culprit, and in doing so, she'd ultimately lower her chances of being saved. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. Yeah, and the thing is, though, she would sober up really quickly if, you know, a situation so stressful that something like this arises. So, I mean, maybe she'd have a chance. I think it's so much less likely, though, yeah. She could imagine the face her sister was... Oh my God. Yeah, fair. You're such an idiot. Yeah, I'm an idiot. Excuse me for being so stupid, damn it. Tomoe leaned back into the bench and gazed up at the night sky as she spat those words out. Yeah. Frustrated as she was, the sky was filled with a sea of beautiful stars shining and fearful. Yeah, interesting. That really definitely doesn't reflect her frustration. Oh my God, yes, she's remembering Nagisa. Yeah, fair though. Minai-san. Oh God. Yeah, my God, she really is drunk if she's seeing stuff as weird as that. The twinkling of the stars suddenly distorted into an image of Nagisa's smiling face. The corners of her eyes began to heat up and her... Oh my God, yeah, fair. Isn't it just horrible knowing that then I wasn't completely nuts and, you know, everything had actually gone well with Nagisa? I think that's the worst thing, the fact that she didn't do this herself. In the end, I couldn't protect her. Oh no. A woman sourcing another somebody who shouldn't even have got involved. That's the saddest thing. She was really trying to do something good, but at the same time, you know, her good action results in this. No matter how much she regretted it, it wasn't enough. If Tomoe hadn't told her about Ryuga Deina's whereabouts in the first place. Holy fuck, that's true though.
とんだ疫病神だ。
A plague of destruction. Just the depression sank in. Tomoe's voice warped into a laugh that would like the over her sore throat. Oh my god, she's probably so depressed that she's not actually. I don't really know. It's just a masochistic laugh, really. Until now, there were times where she felt depressed because she failed or something didn't work out. The sadness and regret drove her to drink enough to lose consciousness more than once or twice in the past. Jesus. However, this is the first time she lamented her own negligence and powerlessness. Yeah, and hated herself so much that she wanted to. Jesus. I mean, that is understandable. I mean, just the amount of responsibility and just how much, entire life of the person is, ultimately because of her and her head. I mean, obviously she's never really going to have the, she's never really going to be kind enough to herself to think that, she was just trying to do a good thing and this was, the sad result of that. She didn't really have anything to do with that. But at the same time, though, yeah, what this says entirely.
Oh
my god. Fucking hell, that's interesting that he says that. So, but if you get overly eager, it'll only cause pain later on, The words of her own boss of the youth division, Station Chief Kishimoto, echoed through her drunken head. Deep down, she knew it was a bad habit to get emotional and personally attached to the ones above. Oh yeah, definitely. But at the same time, I think it really is just a character trait of her. I mean, if she didn't do that, then it would be like denying herself, really. But even so, no matter how hard she tried, Tomoe couldn't abandon that mindset. Yeah, definitely, yeah. The scars and memories from her time as a victim wouldn't allow her to do otherwise. Oh my god, yeah, fair. Yeah.
刑事、
Why not fit to be a
向い
detective?
てないのかな。私には無理なのかな。
It's interesting that she actually thinks that. She just thinks that, all of this makes her unfit to be a detective, I suppose. Like, just the emotional compassion really, really being overbearing and actually getting in the way of work and just making it so much more difficult. Then Tomoe scooped up the can of beer she brought with her and guzzled it down her throat. Oh my god, she was long beyond the point she could even taste it, Jesus. Tomoe's getting kicked out of Tokihogushi next month. No, I know! She hadn't even started on her father's case and she couldn't catch the person who killed Nagisa. Yeah, she was just clumsily and pitifully leaving it all behind. That's the saddest thing. Yeah, at this point, she didn't even care about the hate and ridicule of Okabe and the others saying, serves you what? God, I mean, to be honest, even though I do feel really bad for Tomoe, I suppose you can't deny that because she has actually done, not only an outburst that was really unreasonable, but yeah, she has done that to a member of staff that was a lot higher up in the ranks as well. I mean, it's not really surprising that she's getting this level of punishment, but at the same time, I really think if it was a decent working environment for, these people and a decent relationship, they would have obviously had the decency to think, like, this person may have just seen somebody that, I don't know, she's close to or something like that, or that she feels a connection to. Yeah. Those circumstances should be taken into account. I don't really think it's fully fair. In fact, what she felt most sad about was people like Fujita who worried about her and placed their trust in her. Oh god, that's understandable. Yeah, just having to not only abandon these people, but different person they're actually going to work under now. I'm sorry, everyone. They were good people, no matter how disappointed they were, they'd still try to encourage Tomoe. Oh yeah, I couldn't agree more. They're brilliant people. Yeah, but just knowing that made it all the more painful. Yeah, interesting. Unfortunately, they weren't her friends. They were comrades tied by a trusting workplace relationship. As their dependable boss, Tomoe's pride wouldn't allow them to cross that line of being overly sympathetic to her troubles.
今さら何をかっこつけてんだろうな、私。
Who am I even trying to impress at this point?
だけど。
But still. What? Hang on a second, what? Just then she heard a strange sound coming from the distance. What could it be? Was somebody nearby? I wonder what this could potentially be. Could this be... What? No, that wasn't it. She felt something like this before, not that long ago. What? You've got to be kidding me. Are these the footsteps? And I mean, that would actually be understandable if she's thinking those... She's actually hallucinating these footsteps just because, you know, she's in her most stressed and, you know, drunken and most horrible state. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me that it could potentially, you know, the Hinamizawa syndrome could potentially get worse at this point. That's right, she remembered it was in Hinamizawa. After the gas was drained from her car, while she was walking to the phone booth, she heard the same sound back then. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, understandable. Yeah, when she tried to stand up, she immediately collapsed on the spot. She had no strength left to fight. Oh, God. I mean, at the same time, I really hate that, you know, because of the mountain dogs, you just feel that you don't know whether somebody's going to be behind her or not. You just have no clue because my instinct tells me that it's, you know, Hanyu. Not Hanyu. Well, maybe it could actually be Hanyu, but, like, still, not somebody that's real, let's just say. Yeah, feeling like a fish on the chopping block. Oh, God, that is not a very nice analogy. She gave in and thought to herself, if you're going to kill me, do it now. Oh, God. Whatever you want to do, fine. Don't really care anymore. God. That is seriously sad. At this point, all of her hope and pride were exhausted. She was just a soulless shell who'd lost its purpose. Jesus. Yeah, it's actually really quite interesting that she thinks this. She just thinks that, you know, because she can't do a police job. Yeah, she just feels as if she's nothing. If you want to kill me, feel free. Yeah, if you want to sacrifice me to some curse, I'll go willingly. Well, let's hope that's not her last words. What? The sound slowly grew louder. Pat tap. Tap tap. But even so, she wasn't afraid. Although that may have been due to a loss of sanity in her current drunken state. Yeah, I agree. I couldn't agree more. Yeah. Yeah, she should really start... I don't know, let's just hope she gets the good sober RNG before long. The sound continued echoing until it was right beside Tomoe. And then it stopped. It certainly felt like somebody was standing beside her. Because if it stopped, I kind of get the impression that it may be that somebody is actually standing. However, they didn't say or do anything. Yeah, it's odd that. Silence continued for a while, but Tomoe eventually grew frustrated with the oppressive atmosphere and quickly turned her head to look up. What? However, there was nobody there! In fact, when Tomoe looked at the surrounding area, it was no longer the original park. What the hell? Was that person somebody that was going to kill her? What? This is weird. I think it was even more weird hearing, you know, brilliant Ost. I mean, obviously Matsuri Ost is good, but oh, this song is so fucking good. What is this place? This is seriously weird! Because this is a genuine place! Yeah, Tomoe shook her head many times, thinking she was excessively drunk. But despite that, an indescribable space, like a fantasy world, was laid out before Tomoe's eyes. This is not a hallucination, which she's probably going to think. Yeah, why on earth am I? Oh, so it was you, wasn't it? So what was applying to her? Oh, God. This is not a good sight for a drunken day. that moment, she knew she fucked up. And she could feel a voice coming not through her ears, but directly inside her head. So she quickly took a look around. And then,
以下の運命を切り
oh
開
my
く
god.
大切なかけらの一つ。
Oh. Now that is interesting. Firstly, I'm really surprised that she's here. But secondly, I'm just really quite surprised that... Yeah, those things there, they don't exactly look very human. You're... Well, of course, she's not human, but like, you're one of the most important fragments in carving out Rika's destiny. Tomoe just is thinking, who the fuck is Rika? Or who did Rika
隙間はようやく埋めたけど、橋の方でかけたところがどうしても見つからなかった。
Gap has finally been filled, but I couldn't find the missing piece at the edge, no matter how hard I looked.
でも、ようやく見つけました。
But I finally found it.
あなた、
Who are you?
誰？
An unfamiliar girl dressed in shrine maiden's clothes suddenly emerged in this empty space. Yeah, it must just be so weird. Like, firstly you see a world that completely looks like something out of a fantasy thing, and then you just see, like, some weird girl. Yeah, it was a face she hadn't seen before, and she could see things resembling horns on her head. Yeah. Ha! Horny! What on... God, I regret making that joke. What on earth was this girl?
あなたは不思議な存在。全く僕たちのことを知らない関係のない人のはずなのに、あなたの存在が運命の歯車を変えてしまう。
I just find it really quite interesting. Like, obviously we know what she's talking about, but you know, Tomoe might just be like, what the fuck? It's just like, I don't know, speaking Chinese to Japanese person, I don't know. Like, or... I don't know what the most obscure English dialect is. Speaking that to somebody like me, I don't know. Like, it's just... It should be something you'd be able to understand. Well, not Chinese and Japanese, but yeah, like the English dialect, as an example, is actually what I'm referring to here, but it should be able to be understood, but it just can't because it's so fucking confusing. Like, theoretically you could, but...
奇跡を必然へと昇華する。例えるならそう。トランプのジョーカーのような人。
In order to make a miracle happen, it's necessary to have a person like you, like the Joker in the playing card.
ジョーカー？それに運命の歯車って一体何？
Joker? What's all this about Gears of Fate?
歯車は全てが同じ向きにばかり回っていては噛み合わない。
That's physics right there. Because when turning the cogs aren't all spinning in the same direction. Yeah, but definitely, yeah. It's actually a really quite interesting metaphor, well, analogy, because I suppose you have the, you know, smaller cogs, obviously they have a small effect, but now that is really interesting because you have the smaller cogs, like the more insignificant things, but obviously the things that still matter, and then you have the big cogs, which obviously make the small cogs turn more. So I suppose you could say the big cogs that are sort of in the deciding area, they make the small cogs turn more, so that means they have more of an influence, and them only turning a little bit makes the small cogs turn loads. Like, for example, I suppose you could link that to Tokihogushi and the Mountain Dogs, for example. Like, you know, Tokihogushi, all she has to say is, I want to fucking gas the village. You know, I think the small cogs would be turning quite a lot there. Yeah. God, this is so cool. Oh, I love this music so much.
Yeah,
they have to move the correct way. Yeah, definitely.
中にはいくつか正反対の動きをするものがなければいけない。
Unless some are spinning in the opposite direction. Yeah, I suppose the ones that are spinning in the opposite direction, you know, fighting the mountain dogs, for example.
僕たちを取り巻く運命の歯車は強固すぎて、なかなか僕の思い通りには流れを変えてくれなかった。
Because of it were too strong, so the flow couldn't be changed as easily as we wanted. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
だから僕はちょっと奇跡を集めてリカの幸せを導き出した。
So I've been gathering small miracles here and there in order to win back Dika's
そう
happiness.
しなければ流れは僕たちの思い通りには動いてくれなかったから。
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. Because without that, the flow would have never moved in the way we envisioned. Yeah, she couldn't understand. I think if she understood this, she would have to be very nerdy. Tomoe couldn't understand the meaning behind what this girl was saying. Yeah.
僕は気づいたのです。
But I realised.
実は動いていない歯車がまだあって、それを動かすための歯車が一つ回路から抜け落ちてしまっていたことを。
The truth is, there's still one gear that isn't moving. In order to get everything moving, the one gear that fell out of sequence needs to be reset. Oh, that's actually really quite interesting. So, I wonder if this could potentially be like one of the, parts of, the fragments that are going to be connected. That, it fell out of sync, and obviously we had the really out of character stuff from Nena, for example, and, obviously the effects of Core Hair dying, and then Nagisa as well. I wonder.
それはとても小さなものだけど、
Oh yeah, definitely.
それを
Yeah.
加えて動かせば止まっていた歯車が動き出し、
It's very small, but if you put it back in place and start to move, the other gears will move along
今
with
ま
it.
でびくともしなかった大きな歯車の向きが逆へと変わって動き出す。
The largest gear which hasn't budged until now has started to move in the opposite direction.
そしてその動きは一見僕たちの邪魔をするもの。
And at first glance, that movement seems to be hindering us.
でもその歯車一つの動きで奇跡は必然となり、運命のサイコロは僕たちの手へと移る。
With the movement of a single gear, and inevitable miracle will put the dice of fate back in our hands. So I wonder what the miracle could potentially. Yeah.
あなたです。
Yep. It's all so confusing until you realise, oh shit, I'm the gear!
「かけらに残ったままどうしても外せなかったよどみを取り除き、あなた自身はそのよどみと共に離れてゆくけれど、その結晶をより堅固なものへと変える存在なのです。
By removing the stagnation from within that fragment that we couldn't remove, you yourself will drift away with that stagnation. But you are one who can transform with something more tangible. Is this a trick? If only it was, yeah. That's actually really quite interesting. So, in other words, yeah, with the movement of one large gear. In other words, Tomoe getting her policing job back, Yika's lot could potentially be saved in 1983. Potentially, though. Am I witnessing some ridiculous trick? Oh my god, if you were! The stagnation. Oh, stagnation is the state of flowing and not moving. Right, interesting. So if obviously Hanyu removes, you know, the fragment's inability to move, obviously this fragment will continue as, you know, one that's never going to progress for Hanyu's world, but, you know, the next one will, because this fragment isn't going to be able to exist. No, but the only thing is I find that really quite interesting. Tomoe is the one that can fucking do this.
Minai Tomoe. 過去に苦しみ、それでも前に進もうとあがき続ける強い意志の人よ。
You suffer greatly in the past, but you're still a person with a strong will to move forward.
僕たちにはあなたが必要。
We need you.
いえ、リカにはあなたが必要なんです。
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. No, Rika needs you.
待ってよ。
Wait.
リカって誰？
Rika? Who? It's just so funny she doesn't even know who Rika is.
それにそもそもあなたは一体何者？
Yeah, and more importantly, who on earth are you?
僕はお社様。
I am お社様。
あなたの大切な人たちを傷つけ、命を奪ったとあなたが誤解して憎み続ける上々の存在。
Yeah, a supernatural being that you still misunderstand and continue to hate for allegedly hurting and taking those dear to you. Oh my god, yeah, definitely, yeah. What? Now shit's getting real. Oh, yeah, understandable, yeah. The blood suddenly ran to Tomoe's head and she reflexively tried to stand up, but she lacked the strength in her legs, so she fell in place. God. Still, even though she turned to the girl with rage in her eyes, the girl responded with a timid smile, devoid of it. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. Are you hateful?
悔しいですか？
Frustrated?
そう。あなたのその黒い感情が僕たちには不可欠なもの。
Sounds like some sort of punchline for a commercial. Yes, those dark emotions are essential.
毒を持って毒を制すの例え通り、強固な黒い意志にくさびを打ち込めるのは黒い感情でしか成し得ないのです。
It's interesting she says that, but yeah, like fighting fire with fire. Only strong dark emotions can resist the dark will. Yeah.
待っています。
Yeah, we'll be waiting for you.
このひなみ沢で。
In Hinamizawa. That is weird! Oh my god! Wow. That was really fucking cool though, wow. I mean, yeah. When Tomoe came back to her senses, she's found herself on a park bench. Now, do not think that's a dream. I just really found it funny, like, obviously Hanyu, you know, with this conversation with Tomoe, she has said that she's definitely announced what's actually going to happen. Like, Tomoe is a key point in, you know, the success of June 1983 in this sort of set of stories. But at the same time, like, yeah, we'll be waiting for you in Hinamizawa, fair enough. But who is Rika? When? Like, she could have said a little bit more, but at the same time, I think even though she has said that, you know, she does have potential to change the flow of events that are actually happening at the moment, yeah, this fragment is hopeless now because obviously Tomoe has lost her policing job and, you know, all of the losses that have happened thanks to, you know, Renina. She glanced at her watch to check the time. It was nearly morning. Jesus. I fell asleep. Oh god, yeah, definitely, yeah. Oh, that must be a nightmare. A chill ran all the way down to her core and her whole body suddenly began to shake. She completely sobered up. Yeah, that's good, yeah. There was a dull pain in her head, but her thoughts were cool and collected. Fortunately, she didn't seem to have caught a cold despite sleeping in a place like this. Yeah, that is surprising. Yeah, that's good though. More than that, it was a miracle that a young woman left defenseless like that was able to wake up in a perfectly good health in the morning. Jesus. Yeah, I suppose. I mean, yeah, that's understandable actually. Yeah.
奇跡
Miracle?
か
Yeah, interesting. She's definitely not forgot that quote-unquote dream. God, I really wonder what would actually happen, you know, what's implied by this last message. Yeah, it was a peculiar dream. She couldn't remember the face of the girl who had appeared in her dream, but she could vaguely recall bits and pieces of her words. There was definitely something about turning gears around and... Oh, yeah, I wonder if she's going to remember, like, the most important part. I remember, it was back then, when Yugo Dana attacked me, that girl was talking to me as my... consciousness began to fade away. What? And that memory came back inside my head to form that dream. Oh, that's interesting. But hang on a second, what? That's so weird. I wonder if the girl was actually apologising. That really is odd. Yeah. Well, that's interesting. But looking at it in hindsight, I can't deny the possibility that what I saw and heard back then was a dream too.
毒を持って毒を制す黒には黒でぶつかる
Yeah, resist darkness with darkness. At first she couldn't quite understand the meaning, but as she continued to ponder it, little by little she was able to piece it together. Yeah. Fight hate with hate. It wasn't as simple as standing up and fighting with revenge in your heart. That simply made it a collision between two egos. Yeah, that's actually really quite interesting, that. Yeah, fair. In other words, it's about approaching your opponent with the same passion, but also with understanding. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. It's only because you feel your own strong dark emotions that you're in a position to understand your adversaries. And in doing so, you also know how to calm your opponent. That's actually really quite interesting about this though, because you have, you know, your ego, obviously. You know, you have the other person's ego. Somebody has just done something that has actually made you feel really quite sad, obviously, to either, I don't know, just pass the time, laugh at somebody because it's funny, or just do it so that your position is safe and the other person isn't, or something like that. I don't know. Just something that would obviously benefit you and harm the other person. But, yeah. I suppose if you take revenge, then that's you sort of fulfilling your ego because you just want to, you know, get everything that person has rained down on you back on them. Yeah. That's actually really quite interesting. So if you understand the really bad emotions of your opponent, then you could potentially calm them. I mean, I don't know if that's necessarily true for all of the cases, but maybe it could be for Tomoe's. I don't know. Maybe Yamaoki's? Humans are not wild animals. With few expectations, they rely on reasoning rather than instinct. Oh yeah, definitely. Oh wait, exceptions. So when a person chooses to attack another, there is a reason that drove them to that action. Oh yeah, definitely. So in order to identify that, you must first know what the other person and their sense of values. Yeah. Finding the source of despair that nobody else could understand and unravel the dark emotions that drove them to solitude. Yeah. I didn't actually realise that. I thought solitude was just, you know, I thought it was just a word for really sad peace, but it's actually a feeling of being really alone. Yeah, so I suppose obviously if you're having really bad emotions and dark emotions as well, then yeah, if you find the thing that actually drove them to, you know, feeling so alienated from everybody and feeling alone as well, then could potentially. Yeah, that's really interesting. That's right, because compassion and animosity are two sides of the same coin. And as those words repeated in Tomoe's head over and over, she realised that the hopeless despondency she had been feeling up until last night was no longer there. Oh, that's brilliant. That really is good. I understand. That's how it is. Tomoe stood up as she said that. She glanced at the empty can in her hand, then at a trash can a short distance away, and then tossed it in a snap. The can raced through the air in a slightly arcing puff. Oh yeah, nice one, that's lucky. A dull sound rang out as it collided with the aluminium on the edge, and then fell right in place. Is this the end? What? It's a little bit of a short chapter. I mean, that's obviously not the end, but yeah. Let's see what's next. So I really wonder what's actually... That's actually really quite interesting, that. Spring 1983, 6 months after Tomoe is transferred to the public relations office. Ooh. Oh, this is going to be really quite interesting. Who the fuck is the guy on the right? What? Maybe that's a detective that's actually replacing Tomoe. I'm surprised. I did not expect there to be any new characters. I wonder what his name is going to be. That's actually really interesting now that you think about it with Tokihogushi as well. I suppose you can find the source of despair that, you know, she had, for example. I mean, I don't really think anybody did this, but at the same time, it definitely happened at the end, but yeah, to be honest with the whole, you know, source of despair thing, I don't really think that would work in that case because, no, I kind of want to. That's actually really quite interesting, though. I mean, you do have, for example, Tomitake. I mean, he definitely understood Tokuno, but at the same time, he only really helped when it mattered the most, which was in the end when, you know, the damage had been done. Right, I gotta... Right, I'm back now. I am fucking cold. Very interesting. I really wonder who this guy on the right is. He looks like a bootleg Akazaka, I can't lie. In the end, no progress was made on the joint investigation with HQ, huh? Oh, that's Hanada, right. That bastard Okabe seems pretty on edge. Oh yeah, definitely, he is a bastard. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Yeah, that bastard Okabe seems pretty on edge. That's actually really quite interesting. So the thing is about Prefecture HQ, or I think it was Public Safety Division, something like that, some really sort of secret, you know, just police force that was really quite high up in the rankings, trying to, you know, have involvement with this this police station about the case they're actually doing with Tomoe. They could potentially be doing something to Tomoe because they could they could be trying to gain something from her and using her and stuff like that, and potentially doing something really quite evil. Because I remember hearing, you know, the people at Public Security Division, I think it was, you know, they will do anything. They will literally do inhumane means if it means staying secure. So, yeah, I really wonder if could potentially be trapped there. I don't know though. That is genuinely one of the main reasons Tomoe left. It would be really quite interesting if Okabe was actually who was linked with these people. So maybe this could have all been deliberate. Who knows?
他の山が全然回りきれてなくて、この間畑副所長からお叱りをいただいたってさ。
The others couldn't stop running in circles, so he had to receive a chat from Deputy Chief Hata. Now that's interesting. No Tomoe equals ruined investigation.
いい君だよ。
Yeah, serves them right.
身の程を知れってんだ。
Yeah, they should know their place, definitely. After all that, they couldn't find anything resembling a clue at the crime scene, and they didn't even have a profile on the culprit. God, that's actually really quite surprising. I mean, obviously Tomoe must be really quite pissed off with, you know, the police station, but at the same time, I really think she should hand in the evidence that she actually has from Nagisa. I mean, it's so personal though. I mean, even though it would help, you know, solve the investigation, well, that is what she would have wanted in general, even though it was personal. I think because, you know, the reason she's getting so upset at the moment is because she can't solve her investigation and the truth of what's happened to her, really. So, this would help, even if she can't do it on the first line. Oh, even though, even searching through a list of classmates and known degenerates, they couldn't find anything at all. There was almost no doubt that the case would go unsolved, so the morale in the field was on the decline. Oh yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
そういや、あれからあの人、今頃どうしてるかな。
Yeah. Oh yeah, about you know who. How do you think she's doing now?
なんだ藤田。
What's that, Hujita?
お前、惚れたのか？
Do you have a crush on her? No, I just think he wants to know some basic information about how, you know, a really good work colleague.
バカ、違うよ。
You moron, that's not it.
広報室なんかに飛ばされて、腐ってやめちまってるんじゃないかって。
Hang on a second, she's actually quit public relation related things. She was sent off to the public relations office. I wonder if things went rotten and she had to quit. By the way, I find it really quite nice that this is 6 months later. Like, seriously. By the way, I was always under the assumption that this was actually relating to Nagisa, but it may be likely that, you know, this is just some sort of vague case.
それが心配でさ。
Yeah, that's interesting. No, I just find it really quite interesting that she's never ever told anybody. That's what I'm worried about. In fact, Hujita couldn't believe that another detective that capable would ever come out of the National Police Agency or the Metropolitan Police Department. Yeah, fair enough, yeah. Her extraordinary work ethic and analytical capability were far above anyone he'd ever worked with, regardless of age or gender. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah, I couldn't agree more. She really is nuts. And if she had taken part in this joint investigation, maybe she would have been able to make full use of her abilities to squeeze out a profile on this criminal. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I really wouldn't be. At the very least, Hujita and the others believed that Tomoe was capable of it. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, but at the same time, this is what the police force do. I mean, if they treat somebody like shit and obviously force them to leave, then... I mean, obviously Yamaki was doing it for, you know, her sake, but at the same time... Yeah, they really are losing out. Anybody he'd ever worked with, though, that is nuts.
なんかあれ以来、一家って気が抜けたような感じじゃないか。
The first division seems like it's been on decline since then, hasn't it?
山村さんが悪いわけじゃないけど、やっぱ違ってたよな。
Interesting. Not to say that Yamamura-kun Osan is doing a bad job, but it's definitely not the same. Kun? Why did I mistakenly say that?
そうだな。
That's true. Hanada Shido agreed with Fujita's assessment while sitting next to him. After all, her investigation policies were clear and easy to understand as opposed to running around based on intuition without any tangible confirmation. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. Of course, they couldn't deny that it was fortunate the incidents they investigated were consistent with Tomoe's analytical methodology even. You know, but at the same time, I think a worker that good, you know, she is going to be able to adapt. Just because it's not, you know, ideal doesn't mean things are going to be defeated. No way. Still, there are people out there with the power to make their own luck. Yeah. That too was one of her strengths. Oh yeah, definitely.
警察みたいなセクショナリズムの社会に、ああいう破天荒な女性は合わなかったってことだろうさ。
Well, I suppose that such a groundbreaking woman wasn't a good fit for an organisation as factionalised as the police were. That's actually really quite interesting, that. But she was! It's just... the police force is fucking brutal.
もったいない話だけどさ。
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree. Yeah, what a waste.
誰が破天荒だって？
Oh my god! Oh my god! You should not be saying that. How the fuck is she back? But like, I think we will ask that question later. Oh my god. Okay, I'm genuinely surprised. I am so shocked that she's actually been able to return. What? And who is this groundbreaking woman? I love how alert, especially Hanada looks. Who's that? Hanada jumped in surprise when they suddenly heard a voice calling from behind. And when they looked back, the person standing before them was... Oh boy. She looks angry. Minai-san?
何よ、幽霊でも見たような顔して。
What's the deal? You look like you've seen a gun. How are you here though? Yamaoki literally said. I mean, obviously she had to move back, but at the same time, I think she's definitely quit her job as, you know, what was it the I suppose the chief in the media related things for the public relations office. Yeah.
足はちゃんとあるわよ。
Look, I have legs.
いや、そうじゃなくて。
No, that's not it.
なんでここに？
Yeah, what on earth are you doing here?
別に警察官がここを訪れるのは変じゃないでしょ？
Yes, it is. I mean, you're a fucking police officer visiting a police station. That's unheard of, man.
なんかおかしい？
What's that about that? Everything, obviously. Indeed, even though Tomoe worked for the public relations office, she was still a police officer, so it wasn't that unusual for her to come to Kakiuchi Station. Oh, right. Right, so she hasn't actually returned in terms of work, or she's either not returned in terms of work, or maybe she actually hasn't quit her job at public relations. I don't know. I didn't actually realise that, but yeah. Although, knowing her character, she wasn't the type to say, I just came to say her. Yeah, my god, yeah. Maybe, it could be maybe she has a real change of character, who knows? So what was the meaning of this?
藤田くん、花田くん、
Fujita-kun, Hanada-kun.
早速だけど、二人にもまた足やってもらうわよ。
I know this is sudden, but would the two of you lend me your ray? Again, huh?
じゃあ。
Then you mean... Wait, hang on a second, by that, does she mean... She either means do you want to help me out in some sort of one-time thing that, I don't know, that would involve detectives, or maybe she could potentially be joining back.
と、その前に山村課長ね。
Before that, I'll have to talk to Session Chief Yamamura.
はあ、もっと前にアンニャローのところにも行かなきゃ。
Well, I should have gone to him earlier.
あとは。
Also, and even though Tomoe was no longer in a position to order them around anymore, Fujita and Hanada immediately responded to my request by saying, understood, and quickly running out. Rushing out even, but like still, the sense of servitude was so deeply ingrained that they were like loyal to, oh my god, yeah, definitely, yeah. No, but at the same time, if you ever see your boss, even though, you know, they aren't your boss anymore, yeah, I think feeling like that definitely is a rational move. That's actually really quite funny. She is so confident that she's going to be able to get back in that she doesn't even bother asking the chief. I mean, obviously, she knows that he'll accept. But as soon as I run down the corridor, before long his cheeks split into a huge grin. Oh yeah, definitely. He is fucking happy about potentially, you know, having his old boss back. The one that is going to be able to solve this case. Whatever it is. Yamamura? Yeah, wait a second. I really wonder what the fuck has actually made Yamaoki and, you know, Yamamura decide that she is actually alright to be here. But that does actually explain why she came back. Yeah. Chief Yamaoki, sign here. Sure.
Madoka-kun.
Alright, Madoka-kun.
見ない巡査です
Ah, it's opposite Minai.
お間違いのないように
Make sure you get it right. Right. He kind of sounds like he's been pressured into doing this. Well, I can't really complain. Yamaoki looked embarrassed after being corrected in such a sharp, cold tone. Oh my god. No, Officer Minai.
はい山沖所長
Yeah, Chief Yamaoki. It's actually really quite funny. She's definitely gained Tomoe's, you know, work ethic. Only, no matter how personal the relationship, always calling people by their job titles.
私に何か
Do you need something from me? This sounds very impersonal.
実はこの前知人から演劇のチケットを2枚もらってな。
Actually, I happened to receive 2 theatre tickets from an old acquaintance of mine earlier.
よかったら今度。
Would you care to go this time?
申し訳ありませんが私の休日の予定は3ヶ月後まで埋まっております
Oh, right, my apologies. My holiday schedule is completely booked for the next 3 months.
その後でもよろしければぜひ誘ってくださいませ
If it's sometime after that, feel free to invite me. Oh, that's quite surprising. She's been so blunt that she wouldn't even give him the time of day. Oh, damn. She's been like this towards him for the last half of a year. When he told her that Tomoe was being transferred to the public relations office, oh, she was deeply upset. Yeah, that's actually really quite interesting because no, I did kind of understand that. Yeah, it really did sound like a really impersonal relationship, and she definitely didn't sound very pleased. Yeah, that's interesting. So this actually cuts off Madoka and Yamaoki's relationship. Interesting. Yeah, but that is fair enough. Yeah, I really guess quite sad that, I mean, obviously, we haven't really seen much of their relationship, but, you know, I'd assume it's something that is really good considering, you know, they're willing to do such an extreme thing, you know, the age gap, even though, you know, just to love each other, but, yeah. Crying, yelling, telling her off, and Jesus, and in the end, even throwing things around. Holy fuck! I mean, my God, she definitely has, you know, what Tomoe has in terms of argument-related things. Jesus! Holy fuck! I love how the mean eyes, they can do so many unacceptably bad things when they're mad at Yamaoki. There were still many marks on his desk from when Madoka struck it with a golf club back then. In that way, she really was so much like her sister. Yeah, my God. And so Yamaoki let out a sigh.
Madoka-kun.
Madoka-kun.
だから何度も話したようにこれには深い理由が。
Yeah, that's the saddest thing. I mean, he did genuinely do this out of good intent because, you know, he feels as if Tomoe could potentially have been used, maybe even killed in the worst case scenario. And, yeah.
あったんでしょうね
Yes, I suppose there was.
ですから私の感知するところではございま
That's
せん
actually interesting, not talking about that whatsoever, or at least not wanting to. So that's not what concerns me.
私がこうやって怒っているのも 対局を見ることのできない矮小な一巡査が極めて個人的に不満を抱いているだけですので。
I'm just angry because I'm one extremely disgruntled tiny police officer who can't see the big
どうぞ
picture.
お気になさらないでくださいま
Oh,
し。
that's interesting, but at the same time, can you really tell the big picture because it's confidential entirely? Oh god, you can really tell by that, you know, grumble that... Yeah, definitely, yeah. He was at his wit's end with things as they were. No progress would be made unless they talked about it. But he couldn't say anything in the current situation. Madoka had finally returned to living in Yamaoki's house. Oh, but she had still been living in Tomoe's old single occupancy apartment until last month. God, that really is surprising. So that really did have a bad effect on their relationship. Damn. With that in mind, you could say their relationship was still getting better, but it was hard to deny the possibility that just one more little thing could spell the end of their engagement. Oh yeah, definitely, I couldn't agree more. God, so they're engaged. Wait, no, they can't be engaged. I mean, they haven't been married. I mean, they're probably just, you know, girlfriend and boyfriend at the moment. Though, that catastrophic pattern was typical in relationships, regardless of age or difference. You just had to let that, let her sort out her feelings. Oh yeah, definitely. But at the same time, you really wonder if that is actually going to happen. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it did, but yeah, we've obviously seen it in Tomoe Utsushi Kagenboshi. No, have we seen it in Tomoe? No, we haven't seen it in Tomoe Utsushi. We got introduced to Tomoe in Tomoe Utsushi. Yeah. And also, Madoka caused a great deal with Tomoe since she first started at Kakiuchi Station, enough so that she was expecting a 1-month suspension! Jesus Christ. God. However, Yamaoki had lived alone for so many years that when she moved out, oh god, yeah, fair. The space felt especially small and lonely. It was hard for anyone who knew him to believe, but he had already deeply bowed his head and apologised to her over 20 times, but she still hadn't even forgiven him, and the Cold War continued even now. Yeah, definitely. I mean, apologising is... yeah, sometimes maybe it'll, you know, give a message of how truly sorry you are, but at the same time, yeah, Madoka really can't forgive this. That's interesting. Even though they don't really have the best relationship, they've returned to living with each other, which I'm actually quite surprised about. Must be so awkward at home. God, I mean, that must be really awful for him, obviously, because, yeah, he's lived alone for so many years, so he must just feel like he must just feel distraught from the fact that, you know, this really hard choice that he's actually had to make of, you know, making Tomoe leave has ultimately resulted in, you know, him losing Madoka as well. God. And so, all it took was a single fierce glare, and he couldn't think of anything else. Oh god, yeah. Oh, that's the worst though. No, I mean, even though you do recognise the outcome, you could still at least try. But at the same time, I think this situation is so hopeless that, you know, the only thing that would actually work is, you know, Tomoe being back. Oh my god, they're gonna be fucking surprised when they see Tomoe back. He easily recognised the outcome of any action he took, so he never did anything. There was nothing he could do. Because of that, he ended up repeating the same sad questions and answers, and in some ways, maybe even being taken advantage of by his feelings for her. Now that's interesting. Yeah, because he has so many feelings for Madoka. Maybe logic isn't really the prime thing. Oh, yeah, just I need her to knock on the door. Normally, he would have asked the person to announce who they were before entering the room, but in this case, he wanted to shake off the dreary atmosphere, so he responded, "Come in a dignified voice." Yeah, interesting. And then, yeah, I think that's definitely... Oh, I kind of wish he asked, like, who is it? Hello, Mina Tomoe here. Sis? Oh my god, he must genuinely be so surprised that, I mean, yeah, the door swung open and she came in saying, "Excuse me." Madoka and Yamaoki's eyes open wide in shock as soon as they recognised Tomoe. Naturally, they didn't know in advance that she was coming. When Tomoe noticed their reaction, she had a mischievous smile on her face as she donned the salute. That's so funny though, because yeah, she just knows how much she is, you know, changing things.
南井智恵警察庁長官官房の総務課長の代理でご挨拶に伺いました。
This is Tomoe Minai, greeting you on the behalf of the Director of General Affairs and the Secretariat to the Commissioner of the National Police. Jesus.
It's
just so funny, she's just so acting as if she's never even seen these people before. May I ask for a moment of your time? Of course. Oh, that's alright, you can say.
いずれ遅かれ早かれみんなの耳に入ることなんだし。
I wonder why that is. Madoka stared on in disbelief as Tomoe spread the file in her hands out in front of Yamaoki. Inside were a bunch of documents clipped together.
警察庁長官官房から愛知県警と書き写所への協力要請です。
Oh my god, this is a request for a cooperation between IT Prefectural Police and Tokihogushi Station on behalf of the Secretariat of the Commissioner of the National... Jesus, of the National Police Agency. I mean, that is so fucking hard. It is actually really quite funny when you think about it. I mean, these people are literally operating in country-level stuff. Like, National Police Agency. I mean, commissioners are such fucking high-ranked people. That must be so surprising.
「了解をいただき次第、後日正式な通達書を送付させていただきます。
Formal letter of notice will be sent out at a later date after receiving your consent. The heading inscribed on the cover said this. Oh, establishing an operational test regarding the use of profiling techniques to investigate unsolved cases. Now that is interesting. Oh my god. So that's insane. She's actually made it so, you know, her really, really revolutionary tactics that she's actually learned that, you know, have been brilliant in order to, you know, solve cases. They are really getting popular now. What is this?
実は先日、前の広報室長のご紹介で、総務課長、長官官房長とお会いする機会がございまして。
Oh. Actually, public relations Director Mayanor introduced me to the Director of General Affairs the other day, and I even had the opportunity to meet up with the Secretariat of the Commissioner. Interesting. So I really wonder what they're actually going to cooperate on and what they're going to, you know, try and achieve with their cooperation. Oh yeah, of course, yeah. Yeah, but I just really wonder why this test actually requires cooperation. Are they going to be the ones conducting the tests and obviously training all of the people that are actually working, you know, at Tokihogushi with these new techniques to see how their, you know, their results differ?
そこで少々ご歓談のお時間をいただくことができました。
Yeah, I was able to chat with them for a little while. It was totally coincidental, but incredibly fortuitous. Fortuitous, right, that is a weird word. And it was a rare 1 in a million opportunity that she had earned through her strong convictions. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I really get the impression that, you know, Hanya, for example, I really think that beforehand she was just totally hopeless. She was going to go into a job that, I mean, obviously it was policing, it was going to be fine, but at the same time, it was just not truly the thing she wanted to do. But she fucking worked harder and harder. And eventually, you know, she got out of that threshold, and now she's back where she loves, you know, I'd assume in the detective work. Or maybe in prefectural police work, because is she at IT prefectural police station? I wonder. A few days after Tomoe started at the public relations office. Oh, right, public relations office, yeah. And the secretariat heard that she was just a fellow... she was a fellow alumnus of the Customer University. So he called her into his office just to give her encouragement. So that's really quite nice, yeah. Interesting. During that chat, Tomoe offhandedly mentioned her profiling investigation technique to the secretariat. Yeah. And she mentioned that it had already been tested in Tokihogushi with wonderful results. Yeah, definitely. I mean, that is really speaking with experience. Holy fuck. Yeah.
さすがに僭越な行為と承知しておりましたが、今までにまとめた資料をたまたま持参しておりましたので、これ幸いと思って目を通していただきました。
God, that really is interesting. I get what Tomoe, you know, means when saying, like, you know, 1 in a million chance. God. So just because she was a member of the alumni at the university, she was actually able to do this. That's insane, though. I love that she just casually brought it. She knew if she can make a difference. If she has that 0.00... No, let's say this. 1 to the power of... Well, standard form, right? 1 to the power of 10. 99. I really hate that I don't know how to say standard form numbers. 1 times 10 minus 99. That's what I'm saying. Both the Secretariat and the Director of General Affairs were a bit surprised when they saw it. After all, these profiling techniques were published in lengthy documents written in English, so it was difficult to decipher the details without putting significant effort into it. Oh yeah, interesting, yeah, fair. And this young elite trainee casually translated and summarised it. Oh yeah, that really is nuts, yeah. I just find it really interesting that, I mean, she probably speaks English just as well as, I don't know, me. She's probably really, really good at it. I mean, obviously she would need to, you know, learn English for policing work, but still, it's just really quite nice that she is actually able to do all of this. And I mean, it's not just that. You know, that I'm sure there are so many, you know, special terms and vocabulary that you'd only find in the policing world that's actually on there. Yeah, that must be really quite surprising. Yeah, achieved amicable results while testing it on real cases. Yeah, real cases, the real deal, and assembled a report detailing all her findings. The Secretariat was always interested in pursuing new techniques. Oh, and thanks to all the work she put into it, he was particularly interested. Yeah, definitely. And oh my god, that's amazing.
それを受けて官房長のお力で報告書の内容を科警研にも紹介してくれることになりました。
Didn't even know that was a thing, but yeah, fair enough. Thanks to that, the Secretariat pulled some strings to get the contents of that report submitted to the National Research Institute of Police Science.
そこで偶然にもその実行令の詳細をすべて管理しておりましたので、
On some fluke,
科
the
警研の
details
総
of
務
that
部長
report
に
escalated
それ
all
ら
the
をレ
way
ポ
to
ートと
the
して提出したのです。
General Manager of the NRIPS. What the fuck is the NRIPS? Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, so the National Research Institute of Police Science. I mean, fucking hell. That must be really, really big. That must seriously just be... Oh my god. That is the top. The reaction was stunning. That's good. That is insane though, the fact that, you know, her findings and her really, really detailed findings have actually been able to, you know, make their way up and up and up. Originally, the National Research Institute of the Police Science was conducting their own research on Western profiling techniques. But even though they understood the basic premises, they had no operational data to analyse. Oh yeah, interesting. I wonder if they can actually analyse Tomoe's statements and data. And even when they tried to pursue that endeavour, progress was extremely slow because of the sectionalised nature of the police force. Detectives in the field were also anxious that new techniques would jeopardise their positions. Meanwhile, Tomoe showed up with all the data compiled from her time at the Ibaraki Prefectural Police Department and her 2 months at Kakiuchi. Now I find, and offered it up for free. Wow, that's so surprising. I find it really quite interesting that this data she's worked so fucking hard to collect, and obviously, you know, I find it really quite nice that not only does she do her fucking best with policing, but she also records the data that she's actually got from it as well, like completely optional as well. But it's brilliant in an occasion like this. I mean, you know, any data you have, you can not only, I mean, she could make a lot of money from this data, but also, yeah, she's potentially completely changed, you know, how policing operates just because of this. In response to that, the General Manager of MRIPS invited the director to a hearing with her. God, that's insane. Oh my god. Oh. Yeah, of course the fact that Tomoe was a woman certainly did pique some curiosity. But at the same time, maybe this could potentially be good because, you know, being a woman and being at a position this high is so damn rare. But even so, she opted to use that to her advantage. Oh yeah, definitely. Good. And after talking it over, the director gave an official proclamation that the process should be tested on an actual investigation. Alright. God. As a result, NRIPS assembled a research team and launched a full-scale investigation into profiling methodology.
しかし君は広報室で
Yeah, but you're with the public relations office. That is so funny that even though she is with, you know, the public relations office, she has been able to get, you know, potentially the entire world of policing and the country changed. I mean, because these techniques that she's actually, you know, put research into, they are big. They really are going to have such a massive impact. It really is cool. I love that even though, you know, she felt so defeated by... Obviously, she's got over not being able to solve the case of Nagisa, but yeah. She's got over it, and now, you know, she really is just living the best life she possibly can, and the most impressive one as well. Like, my god. It is actually really quite interesting. Like, days after she joined the public relations office, she was actually able to, you know, do this opportunity. I mean, to be honest, it was all a coincidence, but... yeah, I suppose that's what you get for trying in school. Get into alumni, and then boom. This. It's really nice to hear that, you know, this loss didn't completely defeat Tomoe.
That's
right, so I'm not directly involved.
その代わり、広報室係長としてこの件についての報道対応を任されることになりました。
Instead, a subsection chief of the public subsection chief, Jesus, a subsection chief of the public relations office have been charged with reporting on this matter.
報道
Reporting?
これをマスコミに公開するのか
It's been released to the mass media.
はい。
What? Seriously?
実はテレビ局に企画書を持ち込みました。
That is so funny. Oh my god. So I kind of get the impression, do you remember when, you know, Yamaoki actually forced Tomoe to... It's actually really quite nice because, you know, the connection with public relations was actually established when she was first asked to, you know, do something for TV. But could you imagine if this is going to completely turn the
欧
favour
米にお
around?
ける最新の捜査手法の特集をやらないかと。
Don't you think the latest investigation methods from the West would make a nice feature?
3ヶ月以内に迷宮入りの難事件を解決してみせるって大見え切って密着取材にも許可を出したら喜んで飛びついてきましたよ。
Oh, mysterious unsolved case cracked in 3 months. Crack. They'll be proud to declare that, and I happily jumped at the chance to be the person covering it. Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, if anything, she is the best person to cover it because these techniques, they are hers. She knows them so well, of course. I love that. That's actually really quite interesting. So she's going to be the reporter that could potentially... Oh my god. That's going to be insane. Wow. Monaco shouted in astonishment. Oh my god, yeah, definitely, yeah. Tomoe had always hated working with the media, so what on earth brought her this change of heart about? Yeah, no wonder. No, but at the same time, yeah, I agree, yeah. But sis, when you're the one who said it wasn't good to disclose the details of active investigations, it is actually really quite odd now that you come to think of it. Like, why, after hating the mass media so fucking much, is she actually, I don't know, falling victim to it? Well, not really falling victim, but, you know, falling victim to its temptation. I don't fucking know. But, like, still.
もちろん彼らに見せるのはほんの一部、上っ面の部分だけよ。
Of course, we'll only show them part of the information, just the surface
それに
details.
それとは別に女性向けインタビューを2本独占で受けることになってるから、実際の彼らの優先順位はそっちの方が上。
Plus, the session requested 2 exclusive interviews with a woman. 2 exclusive interviews with a woman, so in reality, their priorities are elsewhere. Because she's going to be reporting for fucking TV! I mean, my god.
そういうわけで女性の権利拡大の弁士として思いっきり威勢のいいことを語ってあげるって言ったらもう大喜びで協力してくれるってさ。
They just wanted to have a strong speaker about the expansion of women's rights, so they were more than happy to cooperate. That's actually really quite funny, that. So yeah, they were not only really happy to cooperate, but yeah, she's finally going to be able to get not only you know, her mass media to the mass media, her really good profiling techniques, but secondly you know, to the entire world. I mean, potentially to the entire world though, because if Japan decide they really like it and then obviously it spreads to other countries, then maybe time will tell. You're terrible.
ありがとう。最高の褒め言葉よ。
Thank you. That's the best praise I can receive. Fair enough. At least it doesn't hurt. Yeah, Tomoe nonchalantly shot that back. Disregarding her name to obtain results was normal for her, but compromising and cooperating with all manner of people was totally different from Tomoe's old way of thinking. No, I agree actually, yeah. Yeah, the fact that firstly she's, you know, she's cooperating with the media. I think we saw why she was, let's just say, a little bit reluctant to do so beforehand. So Madoka, feeling like she was dreaming right now, pinched her own cheek. It was incredibly painful. Oh my god, that's so embarrassing. Just then, Hujita knocked on the door and then entered the chief's office.
Minai-san!
Minai-san!
刑事一課に大きな段ボールの荷物が届いてるんですが、あれって何ですか?
Oh, the first investigation division just received a large package. What's this about? It's obviously 10 kilograms of crack cocaine. Maybe not 10, 100.
ああ、藤田君、それは私の荷物なの。
It's crack! No way! No. I think if a police officer had crack, things would be a little bit weird. And Hujita-kun, that's just my luggage.
中身はパソコンだから、扱いは丁寧にお願いね。
There's a personal computer in there, so personal computer. Oh my god! That's how you know this shit is old. Sorry, that sounded really rude. That's how you know this game was made really, really long ago. Oh my god.
パソコンですか?
Computer?
一体何に使うんですか?
Okay, that's even more true. What on earth are you doing with all those? That's actually quite interesting. I mean, this would have been... Hang on a second, this would have been 1980s. Okay, a computer would have been ridiculous in these times.
遅れてるわね、藤田君。
Don't fall behind Hujita-kun. Oh yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
これからはパソコンの時代よ。
Yeah, the age of computers is just starting, you know.
あ、山沖所長。下記内署の合同捜査本部内に専用線の配置を行いたいので、ご許可をいただけますでしょうか。
Oh, Chief Yamaoki, I'd like to set up a dedicated line between Kakiuchi Station and the Joint Investigation Headquarters. Would you be willing to sign off on that? So I really wonder with this investigation they're actually going to try and solve. I really am questioning whether they're going to solve this case that's actually been happening here.
お
Oh, sure. Still unable to dismiss his feelings of confusion, Yamaki simply nodded. It is such a change of character for Tomoe, seriously! Oh, did she say she wasn't interested in computers before? It was a completely unthinkable change. Was this really the Midnight Tomoe? No, it's obviously a ghost. This is just your Higurashi, guys. Was there any chance that she was actually replaced by an alien taking her form? You are a police officer. I think you should operate with rationality. The next moment.
山沖所長
Chief Yamaki. Oh, Tomoe turned to him with a serious expression and deeply bowed her head. And then...
ありがとうございました所長
Thank you, Chief. Oh my god, that's actually really quite something.
私はもう少しで正義というものを見失うところでした
Oh, that's so I really wonder if those were... Now that is really quite something. So if Tomoe, you know, in this argument, instead of actually being really provoked and really sad and just, you know, not taking in what's actually been said whatsoever, she has used this fucking opportunity to really benefit herself and, you know, just learn as a person. I mean, my god. The look on her face as she said that had a pleasant atmosphere, suggesting she dispelled her earlier demon. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah, she has improved so
感情
much.
的な復讐心や自己満足の行いは自分の失敗を認めたくないという見苦しさの産物です
Oh, I find that interesting. I mean, this is totally because of Hanyu. I think that day with Hanyu, that changed so fucking much. If Hanyu wasn't there, that... No, genuinely.
「自分は正しい」と一人で思い込んで誰にも頼らず誰の言葉にも耳を貸さない独りよがりの未熟なまがいものの正義です
I had a foolish, immature and misguided view of justice. I thought myself the only one correct and refused to listen or rely on anyone else. Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, this is really quite interesting. It really is harsh, but at the same time, I think I do get what she was meaning. I do get what she's actually referring to here. I mean, even though she felt so much guilt and so much, you know, sense of obligation to actually solve the case between Nagisa, what's more important, completely fucking up everything, or, you know, and obviously the whole sense of justice over the entire police force, or just satisfying her own sense of justice. And I really think Yamaki actually, you know, complaining about that and, you know, putting her in her place, that really changed her. Fucking hell.
でもそれでは本当の悪には勝てない
Oh, yeah. But that way of thinking can't defeat true evil. Oh, yeah, definitely.
いえ戦えない
No, we can't even fight it.
こちらが犯罪を取り締まるためあらゆる手段と知識を蓄えているように相手も同様の準備をしてこちらを叩き潰そうとその武器を磨いている
Though we have no knowledge and means to crack down on crime, our adversaries are polishing their weapons and making preparations for their own. Yeah, definitely, yeah.
そんな奴らに一人でできることなんてたかが知れています
Yeah, definitely. I realise now that those sorts of people can't be overcome on my own. So Tomoe gathered all her hatred and resentment and cast them aside. Oh yeah, definitely. And by doing this, she was really able to make, you know. Oh my god. It just feels so cheesy. Like I'm just genuinely proud of her. Like seriously, just praising her with the motivational music, beautiful fucking music. Birth and death. God, I love this song. Oh, Tokihogushi. Tokihogushi is just like, get your heart, completely wreck it, and then make it cry at the end of it. And then she replaced her own selfish thoughts and convictions with a general desire to gain the understanding of the people around her. Yeah, that's so good.
自分の正義と警察の正義、
Yeah, my justice and the police department's justice.
相反するときは自ら屈して妥協して警察の正義に合わせるのも一つのやり方です。
definitely, yeah. And I mean, it would be very difficult to compromise, but at the same time, I think she has done it. And yeah, when those two are in conflict with one another, you have to compromise a little to match the police version of justice.
しかしその逆も確かにあります。
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah, definitely, yeah. However, the opposite is also certainly true. Yeah. She's so fucking responsible as well, my god.
「さまざまな権力と発言力を握る各方面の人々すべてを説得し、
Oh yeah,
理解して
definitely.
もらい、
No, because the
そ
only
の
thing
上
is,
で仲間になってもらう方法です。
even though she has had so many things that have caused her, you know, to obviously not be, you know, not make her, you know, I don't know, just plausible to other people. Like, for example, you know, that sense of justice she had before. I mean, it's just so sad that that's such a human sense of justice and so fair, but at the same time, in the, you know, greater picture, it really isn't one that you can have to actually advance. Yeah, you can persuade the people, and obviously when that overrules, like, you know, the objective and more sort of, you know, the bigger picture of the sense of justice, that as well also can get really out of hand, like it did with, you know, when Tomoe actually left. Yeah, you can persuade the people around you in various positions of power, try to get them to understand, and more importantly, earn their cooperation. Yeah, definitely, yeah. Of course, that takes a great deal of time and effort. It does. You have to change yourself entirely, and sincerity. Yeah, my god. And there's still no guarantee of success. There isn't, but at the same time, I always think of this. I think of this with my studying, for example. Like, you revise and you study at home, then you. I mean, oh god, I hate this music being so motivational. It makes it sound really cheesy. Just thinking about it, really cheesy. But like, yeah, like, even no matter how much you revise, there may still be something that, you know, you drop marks on. But at the same time, like, I've always thought of test papers as luck. Like, you can always have good luck and receive a good grade, but you can have bad luck and equally receive the grade just as bad. But the thing is, your chances of getting good luck if you actually study, you know, at home are increased. I think that's sort of similar to this. Like, you know, the more you try and the more you really just, you know, endeavour to improve yourself and obviously improve your attitudes to justice and, you know, your entire work ethic and cooperation with others as well. You know, removing that stubborn element and, yeah, the selfish element as well. It's brilliant. It will give you a higher chance of success is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, but even so, the possibility is greater than zero. It's definitely not impossible. No way. So Tomoe identified her small pieces of luck and used them to their maximum effect. Yeah, the gear has definitely turned. Oh my god. That's so good. And it really worked. I got that as a National Police Agency. The staff of the National Research Institution of the Police Science. and the profiling investigation methodology she learnt with Honjo and her comrades at the Ibaraki Prefectural Police Department. Yeah. So I find it really quite interesting. Like, could you imagine what Honjo was actually thinking with his policing methods? Just so popular now. She never spared a moment of free time either. I mean, obviously she has done really well, but that must be really fucking difficult. She was always negotiating with them during her usual daily work, consulting with them, requesting they share the data and seeking their approval on matters. That's ridiculous. She's not only, you know, had the stress of talking to people that are so fucking high up, some of the most important people she will ever talk to, but also she's had the stress of work. That's ridiculous. That really is. And even if it seems an easy thing to say, accomplishing that in just a year was no simple task. Oh, no way, no. But even so, she never gave up. Yeah. She earned the help and cooperation of so many people by approaching other parties over and over, persuading them, trying to win their agreement. Oh yeah, definitely. It really doesn't surprise me that, you know, I just can't believe she was doing this on top of her original work. I mean, that's fucking insane. I mean, the original work is demanding enough, but this as well, like, fucking hell. It really is quite something. But yeah, she has earned it. Oh, that's so good. It must have been so difficult though. There must have been so many people that, you know, because it's a completely different method of investigation to get, you know, current policies that are laid in stone, you know, within a country to actually, no, within, you know, something so big like a police agency to change. It must be so difficult. And as a result, she was able to greet everyone here today. Yeah, my god.
今回の一件が成功すれば、その成果は科警研のものです。
Yeah, there is pressure there. If the results on this case are successful, the findings will go straight to the National Research Institute to Police Security. Wait, what does that actually stand for? Of Police Science. I fucking hate acronyms like that. There's no off visible.
私自身が関わることはほとんどありません。
I myself will have pretty much no direct involvement. Oh, so she's not actually going to be doing the investigation, but her techniques are going to be the things that are fully incorporated.
ですが、正義はあります。
So this is about justice.
それこそが私が警察官と
Now
して
I find that
ここにいる理由
interesting.
です。
She stopped being a police officer, you know, for her own self-interest and, you know, to solve her father's murder, but it's for justice, as opposed to internal justice, you know, justice for everybody, really. From the perspective of many police officials, she looked like a soft-souled person. Yeah, my god, yeah. She was also aware of how people perceived her as a woman. You really think that matters? Oh my god, but that was what she wanted. Oh, if they were willing to lend Tomoe their strength, or as long as they weren't trying to get in the way, it was ultimately beneficial for her. Yeah, definitely. Tomoe wasn't simply performing well to achieve career advancement. And she wasn't investigating crimes to clear up her own hatred or personal grudge. No, definitely not. Oh, it's so good, that. To be honest, beforehand she was a fucking brilliant police officer, but that also applied. to go even further. She wasn't doing that for the victims of or their families either. Yeah. Oh my god, yeah, definitely. Yeah. The police shouldn't carry out investigations seeking revenge. No. There absolutely is justice in this world to judge wrongdoers and admonish their sins. Yeah, definitely, yeah. And those who stand before the wall of justice with evil in their hearts will surrender its power and discipline themselves. It was Yamaki who taught Tomoe that. Yeah, interesting. I could imagine Yamaki being so... I mean, everything that she does now has been completely characterized by Yamaki. Easily. So beautiful. In order to create a society that can believe in that, the police need to fight crime with the full backing of the law. Yeah, definitely, yeah. To that end, it's necessary to understand the psychology of the criminal and sometimes even be in sync with them. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. It was a truly naive way of thinking, but it was first class. Yeah, it's really quite interesting that. I mean, if you understand the psychology of the criminal and you understand... I suppose to know the psychology, you would need to know the entirety of their background and, you know, anything they may have or what potentially may have led them to think like that. And, for example, incidents, like, for example, let's say somebody did assault, then you will know that this person, you know, is potentially prone to, if a situation gets too extreme, you know. Let's just say hitting somebody. So, yeah. What I'm trying to say is, because of this, you can predict behaviour. And from that, you can learn quite a lot. Even if my effort and feelings aren't always rewarded, so what? Rather than twisting the world to my own intentions, I'll bet everything on living my life honestly. Wow. God, that really is quite interesting. I mean, I'm going to be honest, I thought how she lived before was honest, and if anything, it was really quite kind and, you know, just a nice way of living. But at the same time, yeah, I think honestly... I suppose honest could be objective, and what is objective justice as opposed to, you know, personal bias and, yeah, revenge and ego, really. It's fine to get hurt, and even if you fall, even if you get pushed down, you have to get up and up again and again. Oh my god, yeah, definitely, yeah. No matter how hard it is, doing your best to maintain your conviction. Yeah, that's why I chose to follow this path of the police force. Oh, yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. Yeah, definitely, yeah. Yeah, and I suppose she really has got hurt. She really has failed so many times in her lifetime. I couldn't agree more, just because of, you know, her shit circumstances. But look at where she is now. Tomoe-kun, you...
それにそもそも悪が手段を選ばない以上正義だってそうある
Yeah,
べきですよ
yeah,
ね
yeah. That is so true, though, yeah. Besides, evil will never stop at anything, so why should justice be any different? Yeah.
一人の悪役に5人総出でタコ殴りにしても巨大ロボットで踏みつけたとしても正義である限りは卑怯なんて考えてはいけないんです
Even if 5 evildoers combine into one villain that Octo punches you, even if you get stomped by a giant robot, as long as justice still lives, its cowardice doesn't get anything otherwise. Right. Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I suppose justice will never stop while evil never stops, but at the same time, like, I don't really think this is a good and accurate analogy. I would have thought these things would be the things that stop justice because they would fucking kill you. Yeah, it's really quite interesting though. She really doesn't care about the reward. She's never really cared about rewards, to be fair. Whenever people have praised her, you know, they don't... She doesn't take the time and gratitude to thank them and stuff. Nah. No way. Yeah.
だって正義は必ず勝たなきゃいけないんですから
Besides, because justice must always... Oh yeah, definitely.
お姉ちゃん
As you must just be so confused.
見ないさ
Minasa. Mothercon Yujita could only stare on, looking overwhelmed as Tomoe said so proudly to declare that. Oh my god, yeah, definitely. I must just be seeing a change in Tomoe like this. But Yamagi wasn't like that. Yeah, her answer was so earnest that it was comical. Oh yeah, definitely, it was spoke truly from the heart. Truly. And he couldn't bear the absurdity of how exasperatingly resolute she was. Oh. He must just be so fucking happy what he's done to this person. Hey Yusuke, this incredibly bold willingness to take action, to never give in. Oh my god, yeah. I always really do forget like how much, you know, Yamaki actually knew Yusuke. Yeah, this incredibly bold willingness to take action, to never give in. Oh, I love that. Yeah, your daughter is exactly like you from head to toe.
そんなわけですから
Oh,
しばらくまたお世話になります
I think they will help her. So I need to ask for a little bit more of your help going forward.
どうかお手柔らかに
Yeah, please don't be too hard on me.
好きにやりたまえ
Yeah, of course, do as you please. Yeah. Oh, I love that. Very well, let's see this girl's future all the way through to the end. Oh yeah, definitely she is going to do so fucking well. I wouldn't be surprised if she makes it to the top at this point. Yamagi said that to himself and watched her back as she turned and stepped out of the room. Well, I wonder what this is going to be.
本日より大巻女子学生殺人事件の合同捜査
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. So
カ
they're
フェ家による
solving
特別
that
チーム
murder
が参加
case.
することとなりました
Now that is going to be interesting. I wonder if they're actually going to be able to do it. But at the same time, this would mean uncovering the mountain dogs. And if they know, like, you know, a massive investigation from, you know, the NRIPS, you know, stuff. It's really, really big. they may be able to stop it, via political pressure. So if they do, I wonder how this is actually going to be affected. Obviously, they don't know anything about the political pressure side of things in Tokyo as well, and the Alphabet Project. Can't forget about that. Interesting that I think I remember hearing something about this being 3 months. When 3 months ends, it's March at the moment, so June. That's gonna be really quite cool. Oh my god, though, I really wonder what's actually going to happen in this investigation. So I wonder if Miyotsukushi is actually seeing this investigation and how it ends, or is it another investigation? I don't know. That's gonna be so cool, though. A special team as well.
運用マニュアルを作成するための重要なテストケースとなりますので、皆様にはご協力とご理解をよろしくお願いします。
Love the audio glitches. Hope you guys didn't hear that. But yeah, this would be an important case for creating operational guidelines on profiling and investigation techniques. The senior researcher dispatched from NRIP spoke respectfully, but with a dignified demeanor as he addressed the entire investigation team. The centre was the person responsible for this investigation headquarters, Director Yamaguchi, and the section chief Dojima of the 1st Investigation Division at Prefecture HQ. And Tomoe was sitting on the left corner of the executive seating area of the platform. Oh my god. So with that out of the way.
今回の事件にあたっては、被害者が当時交際しておりました沢村浩
Isn't it
平が
insane that
入院中の
Tomoe
病
is
院から
actually...
連絡死した事件。
I mean, like, obviously this is really quite coincidental and, it really is unlikely this would happen, but at the same time though, all the case that has made her change so fucking much. I suppose the reward for actually, learning and completely bettering yourself is to investigate it and actually find out the truth that, you regretted not being able to find so long ago. Yeah, she really needs to submit that diary.
「そしてその死亡に関わったとされる看護師の平沼陽子の自殺事件との関連性を調査した上で犯人像の割り出し分析を行う予定です。
Yeah, that's so interesting. Because definitely, if you find out how Hiranuma was killed, boom, you found the criminal. Boom. And then everything will start to connect. And then Hinamizawa. They will need to know Oyashiro-sama. That is if they get that far. And by investigating the relationship with Hirano Mayoko, with the Hirano Mayoko suicide incident, who was considered related to this death, we have planned to conduct analysis and develop an image of the
な
criminal.
お、現地の捜査にあたっては所轄署の協力が不可欠であり。
Additionally, the cooperation of local authorities will be essential in this operation. Yeah, while listening to the explanation from the meeting's facilitator, Session Chief Dojima, Tomoe pulled a photo out of her handbag. Oh, it was one of Ozaki Nagisa's belongings found at the crime scene. A copy of the photo of Nagisa and Reina found at her pink wallet. Oh.
尾崎さん、やっと
Yeah, my
ここまで
god.
来たよ。
She has though, seriously. And I mean, even though she doesn't, you know, she's not going to let her attachments to people completely overpower what she should be thinking, you know, in terms of justice-related things. I think it's so good that she hasn't sort of dehumanized herself in, you know, thinking justice is number one, you know. She still has those connections. It's so good, that. She whispered that to herself while gently smiling at the photo. Yeah, in addition to the photo, the contents of the wallet included a train ticket bound for Okinomiya. Oh my god! Jesus, that is awful. That really is awful. So she was going to see Nena. Wait, hang on a second. Oh yeah. Wait, so... God, that's so awful. So she was actually killed, you know, when she was going to see Udena. When they were going to meet up. Yeah. In other words, Nagisa went to see Ryugu Reina, although it wasn't clear if they were able to meet and talk. Yeah, definitely not. But it meant she was caught up in the incident after coming back from there. Now, that would have been interesting if that would be the case. If they actually have talked, but yeah, she was returning. Yeah. Was there really a second one, though? I really doubt to think that arson was by Dana. I don't know. And there were two separate times Tomoe was attacked by that girl. With that in mind, it was highly likely that Ryugu Dana was involved in some way, even if she wasn't the actual culprit. Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree, but at the same time, the only real reason she could be involved is because, you know, she displays symptoms of Hinamizawa syndrome. No, she has to know something. Yeah, I wonder. Oh, yeah, but at the same time, though, you really think you're gonna not get... Tomoe isn't gonna squeeze everything she can out of you? That sounds very weird. I mean, information, okay? Do not take that out of context. Oh god, I wanna die. I wanna die. So I really wonder what's actually going to be asked about, you know, what's going to be found out about Nena? Is it going to be anything that we don't know? And secondly, I wonder what they've actually said in their, you know, conversation together. I don't think that second time was Nena. I think it was the Mountain Dogs. Firstly, I don't see why Nena would do something like that. Secondly, it's too big. She could actually get in prison. Thirdly, Thirdly, I think it kind of looked like a hallucination. Tomoe never actually saw her figure. She only heard her laugh. And And yeah, also the mountain dogs just, I think it would have been in their best interest to do stuff like that, just so that she could be eliminated for knowing stuff potentially. Oh yeah, that's right, everything starts now. Yeah, definitely, yeah. I won't let it end, not a chance. Yeah. Yeah, no matter how cunning or even supernatural my foe may be, I'll bring this change of tragedies to a close. That's really good, yeah. And for that reason, I'll use everything at my disposal and keep on fighting.
それから今回はマスコミ関係者向けの報道取材対応を
Oh yeah,
警
definitely.
察
Yeah.
庁広報室に担当していただきます。
From here on, the National Police Agency's Public Relations Office will be in charge of disseminating information to the mass
南
media.
井係長、どうぞ。
Yeah, oh my god, here she is! Please welcome Subsection Chief Minai. At Subsection Chief Dojima's urging, Tomoe stood up and took a bow. She could see Madoka standing near the opposite wall, offering an encouraging smile.
広報室特務係長の南井です。
My name is Minai, the specially appointed Subsection Chief of the Public Relations Office, specially as
報
well.
道取材対応を担当いたします。
I will be in charge of all media correspondence.
よろしくお願いします。
Look forward to working with you. I won't give up ever. Oh, that's so good. Her determination is unbreakable, seriously. And it's actually really quite interesting. I kind of get the impression that, you know, with this strength of will stuff, you know, we got Takano, we got Tomitake? What? No. Sorry, I meant Tomoe. We have, Akazaka as well. Yeah, oh my, the miracle reality. Oh yeah, yeah. I got the path of destiny with my own two hands. Oh. Right. Oh, so that was the end? Oh, yeah. Yeah, we go. Yeah, I love Ganbare. Just, like, do your best. That's actually what that says. Ganbare is to, you know, do your best, obviously. By the way, I learned that says Yukishi. Fun fact. Oh my god. So that is the end of Tokihogushi. Now, I'm really interested. I wonder... Right. So, Miyotsukushi Ura, right? I'm excited for it because it has the name Miyotsukushi in it. But oh my god, if it's going to be actually solving, what the fuck is going to happen here if they're maybe going to find out about the mountain dogs and, you know, everything that's happened there. Ooh, I wonder. It's going to have some real potential. It really will. It's not to me. Let's go. Ooh, oh, Madoka. Oh, so that's south, and I'm not saying that. I'm hopeless. Fucking love this opening. It's so good though. It really is. And it perfectly suits things. I'll tell you what I really like doing. I mean, I've actually been doing this, oh yeah. What's that weird kanji in? So good, this song though, I mean. It's perfectly timed as well, that's the funny thing. What I always like to do before I actually go into the session, I listen to the opening. And obviously, Miyotsukushi, I'm going to listen to the Matsuri Bayashi. Ooh, dancing in the palm of my hand. I'm going to listen to the Matsuri Bayashi, and obviously watch the Matsuri Bayashi opening as well. And connecting fragments, but yeah. Dancing in the palm of my hand. Ooh, I wonder if this is going to be fragment related things.
で、どうします？
Okay, now this is going to be interesting. Right, we definitely look like we're in a different location. This is amazing. This looks so fucking cool. So what are you going to do?
このまま放置か、処分か。
Leave it alone. Dispose of it.
まあ、私としては、さっさと片付けるに越したことはないと思いますがね。
If I was in your position, I think it would be best to clean it up quickly. Ooh. Oh yeah, I wonder who this person with question marks is. Now, I'm going to be really quite interested in seeing what Takano's involvement in this is.
警察ってのはどんな形であれ身内を殺されると徹底的に追いかけてくるんだから。
Yeah, the thing is about the police, if you kill anybody even tangentially related to them, they'll relentlessly pursue you. Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, them killing, for example, Nagisa. I mean, yeah, it's definitely made Tomoe, have a will as strong as she has, really.
あなた一人がスケープゴートになるというのなら別に止めないけど。
But if you'd like to run off alone and become a scapegoat, I won't stop you.
冗談じゃないですよ。
Be serious.
命知らずな刑事の命一つと自分の貴重な将来じゃ全然割が合いません。
I really can't tell who this... Be serious, I have a reckless detective's life and my own precious future to worry about. It's not worth it. This means that there is a spy that's actually working in the Mountain Dogs and in the police office. Yeah, he had a bit of expression on his face, but his tone was light. Even if left alone, it wasn't a major threat.
それにしてもちょっと意外ですね。
Anyway, I'm a little bit surprised.
関係のありそうなところは根こそぎ潰してかかるのがあなたのやり方だと思っていましたが。
I thought your way of doing things was to weed out anyone who seemed remotely connected.
何の罪もない女の子を殺したことに両親の痛みを感じて、今さら人道主義に方向転換ですか？
You killed an innocent girl without feeling any weight on your conscience. Yeah, of course she didn't. Of course she didn't. Yeah, it inconveniences her girl Saboom. She has to go. It's ridiculous. But now you're turning to humanitarianism. What the fuck is that? What? The doctor and the people's duty is to promote human welfare. The fuck is Takano turning to humanitarianism? What?
あなたも言うわね。
You're one to talk.
別にあの刑事さんを憐れんでのことじゃないわ。
It's not like I took pity on the detective.
ただちょっと面白い実験ができるかなってね。
What the fuck? I simply figured this could potentially lead to an interesting experiment.
実験？
Experiment?
ええ。
Yeah.
どうやらあの子、あとちょっとで末期発症に入りそうなの。
Wait, what is she talking about, Tomoe? It seems like I will reach the terminal phase before
で
long.
もその状態にもかかわらず平静を保って。
What? But she's keeping calm despite her
う
condition.
まくやれば新しい臨床データを入手できるんじゃないか
What
し
the
ら。
fuck? No fucking
な
way.
るほど。モルモットですか。
See, can you pick
い
it?
や、さっき言った人道主義の言葉を撤回させてください。
Now, let me take back my earlier claim about you being a humanitarian. Jesus Christ. A Takano being somebody that actually is concerned for human welfare. I think that's a little bit
あな
contradictory.
たは正真正銘の外道ですよ。
God, definitely. You're truly a monster.
少なくとも人間じゃない。
Yeah, at the very least, you're not human. Yeah.
ありがとう。
You're a fucking psycho. That's what you are.
最高の賛辞だわ。
Oh, God. Yeah, that's the highest form of praise.
それじゃ、
Right.
潜伏する連絡員たちにはそのように伝えま
Alright,
す。
I'll report this to my undercover contacts. Could you imagine if Tomoe actually gets the syndrome? Because honestly, I really do get what she means. Firstly, the mountain dogs are going to be so hard to find that are they actually going to be able to be found? What if, like, worst case scenario, this investigation really goes wrong and she does potentially get the syndrome just out of pure stress of, firstly not being able to avenge Nagisa, not being able to, this justice system that she's obviously so convinced about in her head, not being able to actually find anything about it and not being able to fulfill it really and just feeling as if she's a failure. Oh my
よろしいで
God.
すか？
there are some, and this is going to be so stressful, this work. Could you imagine if she's developing the syndrome, though? That's bad. That is really bad. Who the fuck is this, though? I really wonder. Yes, you're in cahoots with Tokihogushi. You have done something that obviously needs hiding. Well, obviously something, even though he's a detective, he's known that Tokihogushi has actually done something, you know, has something that needs to be disposed of, and yet isn't arresting her. I think that definitely shows how bad it is. Yeah. Now, this would actually fit with Tomoe, keeping calm, despite having the condition. Of course, thank you.
すべては己が手のひらの上で踊る戯れ。
This is like a play. Everybody is dancing in the palm of my hand, huh?
ま、それもいいでしょう。
Well, that's fine, I suppose. Who the fuck is it?
どちらが菩薩で孫悟空なのか、後で思い知らせてやりますよ。
What? Okay, I really wonder. So this person definitely sounds like the mastermind. And firstly, this person sounds like a mastermind towards Tokihogushi. Some sort of rivalry between Tokihogushi. Maybe this could potentially be somebody that's really big at Tokyo. Who knows? Oh, I really wonder what that's actually going to be about. So, yeah, now I get that we've ended Tokihogushi and everything, but I need to say something. The remaining mission. Fuck, it's so... to be fair, after Tokihogushi, maybe that could potentially imply that it's got some involvement with it. Oh my god, that's going to be really quite interesting, though. So, I wonder... Yeah, we see Kakiuchi Airport here, and we see, like, you know, the airline. It's a beautiful image, by the way. It really is. But yeah, my god! We have got some really cool shit tomorrow. We are going to begin the connecting of fragments. We're going to begin the advanced fragments. Now we know who this is. 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 And that's Orca, by the way. That's not really Orca. That's low budget Orca. High budget Orca is in Tokihogushi. We know who this belongs to. We know who this is. We know who this is. Yeah. I really wonder what that epilogue is actually going to be, by the way. But, yeah, man. That was such a good story. I really like that story. I think it really proposed, you know, such an interesting mystery. And secondly, I think it really does have potential. I really hope that, you know, the next thing we're actually going to read is some sort of, you know, investigation that's some sort of means of actually solving this investigation. What the fuck's going to happen? And, you know, which mysteries they're going to discover. Now, I really wonder about Tomoe and the syndrome, and about who the hell this person actually, who's a detective and is planning stuff with the mountain dogs, actually is. And, you know, who's obviously in cahoots with Tokihogushi. I really wonder who that is. And I also wonder, you know, just what's going to happen. Like, seriously. I mean... Yeah, that was such a good story, though. I mean, I really like the mystery with Nena, and, you know, Nena, and I think, you know, Tomoe going to Hinamizawa, that was properly good. Oishi kind of just disappeared. He was, like, available for, like, one part of the story, and then he just kind of went, which is kind of sad, but at the same time, I think we're definitely going to be seeing more of him. Maybe Akasaka as well, I don't know. I suppose we also have, yeah, that was really quite cool. And, you know, just the development of Tomoe, that was amazing. And yeah, there were some things that were quite confusing, like for example all the you know, whole backstory on Tomoe and, you know, the whole police department related things. But yeah, they were good. I mean, the story was really quite fun, and obviously the beginning of the story, I mean, even though the beginning of the story was just kind of a joke, let's be honest, it is just really quite it's really quite something just seeing how Tomoe has developed throughout this. I mean, God. Oh, yeah, Tsukada as well. Oh, my God. Yeah, that was really quite something. And, yeah, I'm just sort of... Oh, yeah, Honjo as well. I'm just sort of looking back at all of the videos I've done so that I can, you know, get a clear picture on stuff to talk about. Oh, yeah, Kohei Nagisa. That was brilliant as well. Oh, yeah, I love the mystery between Nagisa. I really wonder what the significance between Natsumi and, you know, I wonder if she's going to become more prominent and, yeah, I really wonder. Oh my God, that mystery between Nagisa, it's so brutal, but at the same time I'm going to be really interested on how they're actually going to solve it and if they're going to solve it as well, because even though she has so much confidence and, you know, they do have a really professional team of investigators actually trying to do so, to solve it, whether they actually are going to do so, it is doubtful. It's not 100% set in stone. Oh my God, yeah, that really, really nice talk about, you know, Tomoe and Natsumi. That was really sweet. Oh my God, just seeing Dena as well. That casual outfit of Dena, that's so different. I've never seen her in an outfit like that before. But, yeah, and then... Yeah, my God. And then we have part 7. And then, yeah, this is everything we did yesterday. Oh my God, that mystery of Hiranuma, that was fucking cool. That really was. How they revealed that in the end. Oh, that has got to be one of the best parts of the story. That was genius. Yeah, I really think we got a lot from this story, and I really liked it. I think... So, now that we've sort of read, like, a lot of the mainstream sort of advanced stories before, you know, the big one... And I suppose the big one, part 2. But yeah, I think if I'm going to rank the stories, I'd say... Ooh. Right, this is actually going to be quite interesting. So, what's the worst? Oh, they're all good, though. Oh, I don't know. Oh, Some Utsushi. Some Utsushi. Tokihogushi. Which one? Oh, yeah, Yoigoshi Kageboshi, fuck it. Yeah, definitely. I mean, they're all really good stories, but yeah, that is, you know, the beginning of the advanced stories, and yeah, I'm really excited to play, you know, connecting fragments, and because that's what we're going to be doing next, by the way. I really should have iterated that, like, way sooner. We're going to be beginning the console fragments, and it is going to be really fun, I'm sure. We have 5 menus of tips. We have basically, I think it's 4 menus and then another 2, which obviously means 5 menus, but yeah, so there's 34 in total. Hang on a sec. Oh my God. Are there actually 34? Oh God, I really want to check. I've got to check. Oh, I'm such a fucking idiot. Oh, there's 35. Bruh. Yeah, but anyway, that's gonna be really, really cool to see tomorrow. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I really hope you guys are too. So yeah, see you then. And yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed the Tokihogushi playthrough. Thanks a lot for watching.